Chris Cuomo, man, he's suing CNN for $125 million, Johnson. That's right. He won $125 million. He said, I was wrongfully terminated, man. I ain't going out like that. I'm not going out like that. It's actually an arbitration demand. I know he filed paperwork. So he is formally requesting or demanding $125 million. 15 of that is due from his contract with CNN, which they terminated early. And 110 of it is for consequential damages. Meaning, he don't think he can get another job as a journalist because they have damaged his credibility in the space. You said my journalistic integrity has been questioned. You question my journalistic integrity, Paisan. That's hilarious, man. And you guys remember, this is all about his brother. Did he use his journalistic position as CNN anchor as a means to help his brother in an investigation about harassment charges? Did he wrongfully do that? Chris Cuomo says, I did not do that, wrongfully do that. I disclosed that I was helping my brother in a capacity, but I did not cross the line. So we'll see what happens. What I do know is I'm not surprised. I had one interaction with Chris Cuomo. One. That was based on an article that was written about his conversation with Ice Cube about the contract with Black America. I felt he was throwing Ice Cube under the bus. He contacted me to tell me Ice Cube said everything is cool. And I was like, okay, that's what Ice Cube said. Okay, well, all right. That's not the way it sounded originally. He said, well, that's the way it is. Just want to clear that up with you. And he said something like, you know, if I wasn't a public figure, as much as people get things wrong, I'd be a very rich man from all the lawsuits I'd file. And I was like, for real, dog? You're going to bring up lawsuits, Johnson? Really? Really? So this is a thing called intent. Okay? It's a thing called intent. But I was like, this is the kind of guy, this guy's rich. He's a lawyer and he's rich. He's from his fucking father was a governor. And he's sitting up here threatening a guy with a YouTube show about a story everyone covered. Over a squabble that happened on Twitter with him and Ice Cube going back and forth. Well, Ice Cube said, bring me on the show to discuss this shit. If you want to talk shit, we're supposed to bring me on the show. He didn't bring me on the show. Be a man, Chris, big man. So I reported on it, and he's like, but I brought him on the show, and everything's cool. I'm like, well, at the time you hadn't. But the point is, Chris Cuomo's thin-skinned. He's thin-skinned. You can see his heartbeat. You can see the blood running through his veins. He is thin-skinned as hell. So I'm not surprised that he is filing a lawsuit against CNN. In fact, it should be expected. What I am surprised is how far up under the bus he threw his boy Don Lemon. Oh my God, he threw Don Lemon under the bus. Chris Cuomo. See, that's what people tell you. They're your brother. My brother. That was the last thing I heard Don Lemon say to Chris Cuomo publicly. I love you, brother. And then what did Chris do? Chris filed a $125 million lawsuit and said, you should have to pay me because you still got Don Lemon employed and this guy still had connections with Justice Smollett who lied to the whole world. You don't question Don Lemon's ethics. He's been texting Justice Smollett about his case. He's been interfering, helping Justice Smollett out, getting involved. And I don't see you firing him. I don't see you prematurely terminating his contract. What up? Why you treating the black man different than you treat me? Why you giving him black privilege? What's up with the black privilege? The black privilege. It's like, damn, that's cold, Chris. That's cold, man. So now Chris Cuomo's using Don Lemon, his friend, as leverage to force CNN to give him $125 million. And you know what? I ain't mad at him. No, man, I ain't mad at them. They're not real friends. They work friends. You know, Work friends and real friends are different friends. Yeah, work friends, like, they're good, you know, but he didn't grow up with Don Lemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they didn't work together at CNN, they probably wouldn't even hang out. Let's keep it 100, Johnson. So, you know, and also, I'm not a big fan of CNN like that, you know? Like, I'll never side with a corporation over an employee. Get what I'm saying? I'm consistent. No, I won't do it. Chris Cuomo, if they owe you money, get your paper. Hey, they got it. All the bullshit stories they put out, they got it. Yeah, see, some people would disagree with me. Some people will come at Chris Cuomo, start getting into the story, start talking all this shit about, but he uses leverage, he said this. I don't care what he said, Johnson. Listen, CNN could have went about it another way. He was an employee. You fire him and publicly humiliate him. Also, he said he had an agreement with CNN and Jeff Zucker that Jeff Zucker and CNN was supposed to instruct other employees not to defame him or talk negatively about his status or stature, his journalistic integrity, shit like that. And apparently, at least according to him, disparaging comments were intentionally made. Not only did CNN not tell his people, or Zucker not tell employees of CNN to refrain from discussing the matter, to refrain from disparaging Chris Cuomo's name, they went on to disparage his name themselves. That's right, Zucker made statements that he said paint Chris Cuomo in a negative light. So all I'm saying is, if all that's true, get your money, Chris. See, I don't even care. Like, so what? Chris Cuomo said some shit to me I didn't like. I don't care. I say shit people don't like all the time. And I hope if it came down between me and the corporation, you'd ride with me. But the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, regardless of how you would conduct yourself. See what I'm saying? So I don't predicate how I'm going to roll ethically based on how another person treats me. Nor do I predicate how I feel about your outcome or my stance on an issue based on my personal feelings, dog. That's called code. So the code that I live by says, individual against a corporation, unless the individual is blatantly, flamingly wrong, I'm riding with the individual. Because the corporation has dogged so many employees over at one time or another. And plus, besides all that, they got it. I'm talking about big corporations, not mom and pop shops. Big corporations like CNN, who lie for a living, or who bend the truth for a living, or choose narratives for a living that sometimes paint black folks in bad lights. I highly suggest you click one of these videos. My Ukraine video talking to President of Ukraine, Zelensky, is off the hook. You need to check that out. And also, my video here on Jesse Smollett. Interesting take. Yeah. Subscribe to Pause with Tim Black. Peace.